everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we are getting into the Kombi. We are going to do all the interior refit. So as you've seen, had the floor and the bed being made in the other episode, as well as the seat covers. And so along with the seat covers, I ended up getting new door cards and everything for the rest of the interior. And then while this episode's has taken a little while, I've just been doing lots and lots of other stuff. So painting bits and pieces, making up the interior stuff for the back, insulation stuff for the back walls. Yeah, just heaps and heaps of little stuff. So I'll show you here what I've done on the interior. As you can tell on the back, I've got the aluminium strips that I put, so the sound deadening strips that I put everywhere, and then I've waxed it all, just so, sorry, kids being noisy next door. Waxed everything to just prevent it from rusting. And then the same on here, they always rust in around those holes because they're the lowest point. So I've just filled them with wax too. I'm not using them, so happy to keep it nice and clean and dry, hopefully. And then in the rear, and so what I have done is made lots of little aluminium bits. Sorry, man, I keep saying that. Lots of insulation bits that go in there. So I'll show you them in a second. Everything else has been cleaned out. I took out the other seats that I had in here. Why is the shed so damn dark? It's not even dark in here. And so I've done it all in the front as well. So waxed all the doors, in the front panel, sound deadening on the bottom here. At the moment I haven't done under the seats, which is where a lot of the sound's going to come from. But I'm contemplating on what I'm going to put there. And so until I do that, I'm just going to leave it. Got the seats out, gave everything a clean, waxed everything. And it's all looking good. So I'll take you outside. There are all the insulation bits that I made. So they're just a double piece of like insulating foam, and then I've covered in like the chrome in like the aluminium taping to keep all the moisture out of them. So that's all there. We've got bed stuff and panels and rubber mats. The bed frame. That piece that I haven't told you about, but as I put it in, I'll tell you more about it. Just the other bits and pieces that I've made in the rear. That bit goes over the back. You'll see it as it goes in. I just haven't filmed much because it's just a bit tedious. The seats and all the new door cards. So let's chuck them all in. Okay, so now, I don't know, insulation. I'm gonna chuck it in. Okay, so now we have those bits. These ones are all for in the sliding door, and I'll put them in just before I put the panel in. But I think now I need to put that panel in and this one in and maybe that one while I have the access before I put the bed in. So this is really exciting. It's the first time I've actually bought new interior panels for a car. And I'm really excited to see how the white on the white on the red looks, and then with the dark floor, and then I'll work out what I'm going to put on the seats. But yeah, let's grab those two panels, put some clips in it, and see how it looks. Oh, almost forgot. I'm going to chuck the clips. I'm going to chuck some vapor barrier up. So just some plastic that'll go between the interior panel and that panel. I don't know. There's lots of people say, oh, don't do it because it's in a van, there's moisture everywhere, but I want to protect the backside of the panels that I bought and spent good money on them, so I'm gonna look after them. So got plenty of that, plenty of tape, so a bit of fluff. I run this, just like double-sided tape. I run it around that edge, put the piece on there, and get onto it. So let's go. Need music. Okay, so all the clips in this one, didn't film it because it's painful, as you can tell. So let's chuck it in. Okay, so I got it all in. That one I'm not quite happy with. I think it's a little bit too long, and I checked to make sure that my floor wasn't under it or anything else, and it's like, as you can see, if you follow that line across the top, it like jumps up a little bit. For now, I'm happy with it. Where the bed sits, it doesn't get in the way of it, so I can easily put that piece off. I chucked that one in, which went in all right. I'll chuck the other two in a little bit, but I'm gonna grab the bed and put it in, because then it starts to look much better and it gets heaps of more stuff off my back deck. So, time for bed. As you can see, I put roof insulation in, and this window, because this is where the wardrobe peep goes, I need to close this window off. So in the future, I'm gonna make a curtain that sits in there, so it looks like it's just like a curtain is up. But at the moment, I haven't got it done, and I don't feel like doing it for a while, and I want to put the rest of this stuff in. So yeah, I've made a little piece just there that just blocks this window off. So I'm gonna chuck that in. Still need to paint this one. I ran out of paint for it. And Canberra, where I'm from, is in a lockdown at the moment, so I can't go and get more. So at the moment, it's going to stay there. Next to the cupboard. Okay, let's go and show you what I've built. Here it is. It is based off like an old, a Westie kind of cupboard, so wardrobe they call it. So in here against, I haven't put one in, but there's going to be a pole up the top so to hang clothes, and that way I can also put heaps of other junk in the bottom of there, and then here for clothes. So I meant to lime wash it, but I didn't shake the can enough, and so the bottom is really white whereas the top is not so white. So I'm gonna have to pull it out and redo it, but at the moment it's going in. Okay, so roof is in. So I have had that in and out a few times, that's why it didn't take too long to put in. Some screws up the top, around the perimeter of this, and then around the edges. And then I got another piece that'll go between the metal and the wood and cover that in, and I'll do that all nice. And then up the back, I made this piece. So I'm still contemplating what to do, so I might wait till tomorrow, but you'll see it in a couple of minutes. Got this, which is like a mass loaded vinyl. I think I'm going to cut this piece off and glue that in, and then cut it off here and then glue that mass loaded vinyl to this, and then that way it's all one piece and it can just sit in there, and then it might make it a little bit easier with pulling it in and out and anything else like that. But in saying that, I don't really have to pull it out, and then once the top piece of the mattress goes on here, I don't know, I think I'm going to sleep on it and see what happens. And I think that'll do for tonight, or today, and I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit, meaning like 2 seconds from now. Okay, so I jumped ahead a little bit in the rear. I was just fiddling with stuff and jumping around, and yeah, I didn't film it. It was a bit painful in the end anyway. So the bed's in, as you've seen, and these two pieces I bolted on, but as you can tell, the first time I put it in the wrong spot, and that was before I painted it, and then now I've painted it and everything. It's yeah, drill more holes. In the rear, got a little heater in here. Frames all on. I bolted this piece on as well, and also I don't know if this is really good, but the window holds better. So there's the window, drop the bed, and the glue didn't stick on the phone, so we'll work that out later when I'm covering the seats. But the cabinet is in, and so yeah, there's something I've been working on for a little while and just trying to get it all right, and I'm semi-happy with it. I'm happy with how it turned out, but I'm not happy with like the finish between here and here. This is the finish I wanted, but what happens with you don't check the can enough and you start painting, you get this, and then by the time you get to the bottom, you get this. So I'm gonna have to pull it out because there's another cupboard that sits along like a little hidey hole that sits up between here and just there. And so I got to finish that off, and so when I'm finished that, I'll pull this out and I'll sand it down and then hopefully try and paint it this color. But also chuck some doors on it. So you got storage up the top, storage down the bottom. I made that little bracket which is glued onto here and bolts onto there, and I took that panel in as well. just finishes off the interior. And then the front, I've done the same. So this door card just comes with the kit. So it was cheaper for me to get the door card than it was for me to get it without. Don't even understand it. But that's the curtain piece they're gonna have to pull out to put the curtain in. So I'll make that up when I put that cabinet piece in, and when it's all out at the same time, I can paint it, put the curtain in. Another job later on. I'm happy to just have it all together and out of my shed at the moment. But also up the top, I want to put a bar across there so I can hang, between here and here, so I can hang shirts and anything else I want. This door's a little bit, I think I'll remake this too. I ended up having to screw the magnet on because it just didn't stay on there otherwise. But we'll see what happens. Heater vents, floor. Oh, and also I'm gonna have to, I got some more of this stuff. I've got some more flooring, but there's a small gap between the floor and this. I kept thinking that the trim piece would come to the inside of here and run along the edge, but it doesn't quite work like that. So I'll cut a piece of the floor up and slide it in there, and that'll fix that off. Roof's in. I've had it in before, but it's in there for good at the moment. I gotta put the light in there, and I need to cut the light. I found the other day I was moving some stuff and this light turned on, so I need to chop that light out and stick it up because I covered it with the roof lining when I did it. Hey everybody, okay, so I've fast forwarded a little bit because I think it's getting a little bit annoying just watching me do all this time lapse. I put all the rest of the stuff in, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's pretty much what I just showed you, but it's just finished now, and it's looking pretty good. So over here we have all the door cards in, front floor is in. It's a bit dirty because I've been driving it. The kick panels, seats that you seen me do a while ago, other door in, and everything else. And I've covered the seat. And also I ended up taking that out, sanded it back, then lacquering it again, and I think it looks miles better. And I also made this thing. So let me jump around the other side and I'll show you what it's looking like. We'll start up here in the boot. I think it's looking pretty nice, other than the drawings on the foam. But we have this piece. So as you just seen before, I was contemplating on how to do this, and I think I've come up with the best way that I think to do it. So what I did is I ended up cutting these pieces off and gluing them onto the actual body. And on this piece, I glued the mass loaded vinyl to the bottom of this. That way I can lift it in and out nice and easy and clean it all up, and she should be good. So this down, I also chucked this cupboard in, but we'll get that to that bit in a second. So back of the seat I did too, but let's jump around the other side and I'll show you how it's looking. And damn, doesn't that look good. So up the front, we have the doors in and the seats, and I think they're looking really nice. And then the back. So as you see in the cupboard, which I've made, is all still in after I sanded it all down and just cleaned it up. I think it looks heaps better. The seat is a big change, so I ended up going and buying this material, lining it all up, and I think I got it pretty straight and lined up, and it's looking really nice. I should have got some more of this stuff so we could cover this seat, but I've run out, and I don't have enough to do the back either, which is a bit painful. The back I'm not too worried about, because the back I can make in black and it'll be nice, and that way when if it gets dirty or I put something on the back there, it's not gonna muck it up and I'm not gonna get annoyed. But for this piece, it's not looking the best, so I'm gonna have to work out something to do here. This is the original piece that came off, the original one that came out of the car actually, and that one should go there like that, and then this will swing forward and give me some storage up there, and then this piece also lifts up and gives me lots of storage and some sawdust, which is good. Yeah, it's looking nice. So that's all done, and the roof and everything is all finished. And then at the back we have this cupboard. So I just wanted something else, I guess I wanted some more storage, and I made this piece. So oh, you can't really see in there, sorry, I didn't bring the correct light. It should be nice. It's, I think, about 100 mil deep, so it should give me plenty of storage at the top there for just like clothes and bits and pieces, or towels, something I'm not really going to get to need all the time, but is useful to have. And And I think that's going to do. So I think the interior is looking really good. There's a few finishing touches that are going to do off camera, like the trim piece that jumps around the top of here. I'll chuck on, and little bits and pieces like that. I'll finish this bed. I'll make the cushion for that extra chair that's behind the driver's seat and stuff like that. And I think we're looking pretty good. So hopefully now it's going to be a bit more quieter in here with a bit of an interior and all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty happy. It's looking good. And I think that's going to be it. Sorry this episode's a little bit late. I was trying for Thursday, Friday, and then I was at World Time Attack. If you're not sure what it is, Google it. It's amazing. And I was pit crewing up there for a team. And hopefully I can put a little video together for that, which would be really nice. And yeah, sorry, and thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again soon. Cheers.